Today on this 2019 Hyundai Santa Fe, we're going to review the best wiring options that are available. Let's get into it. This is actually relatively easy. There's only two options that we have to work with. There's a few subtle differences, and we'll take a look at those. The one thing you're really going to see on it is that on the 4-pole itself right here, this one has a molded-in cap. I think this is a good option. I'm actually a Tekonsha fan myself, and I like these. These are durable and they stay on pretty good. However, you do mess it up if you use it a lot and needs break, which I've seen break. They're molded in, so you have to get a different one that kind of goes over top here. And yeah, it works, but it may not be as pretty. If we take a look at our Curt one over here, it doesn't have one on there already, but it has one that does wrap around, and this is a replaceable item if you ever need to, and it's more designed to work with it. The next difference we're going to take a look at is something you won't see after it's installed. On this one, on our Curt here, we have a fuse holder here for our fuse, which goes in line. Now, every time we plug into it, it does use a factory wiring harness, and it has fuses going to it already. So it's a little bit redundant here. On our Tekonsha product, it doesn't have that fuse holder. It just relies on the factory fuse panel for fusing. Another little difference is the construction of the wiring itself, or how thick the wires. They're both perfectly adequate for their ratings. However, I do like to, on the Curt side of things, it's a little more heavier, easier to work with in case you cut the 4-pole off and add a new one, or run this into a larger socket-style connector. The colors are easier to see on this one compared to, well, all black and a stripe on there to tell you colors. So I'm going to lean on Curt on that one too. Let's cover some similarities. They're both going to work pretty much the same. We're going to take power off the battery, going into these boxes here, and the rest of the circuits from the tow package, it's going to copy that signal coming out of here inside the box, and then that uses battery power to go out through your 4-pole onto your trailer. It doesn't on both of these units. They work identical just like that. So it gives you a little bit extra protection between your car and trailer if your trailer has a short or some other electrical problem. You got this protecting your car, and of course you still have your factory fuse panel as well. And speaking of electrical boxes, actually called the modules, the Tekonsha has always been a rock solid product. Wouldn't be the first time I had another competitor, I'd take it out and replace it with the Tekonsha, and I would never see the customer again for that reason. So warranty issues, I would always go with the Tekonsha. Now if we take a look at our Curt here, this is actually a new design for them compared to used to have a little bit different one, a little flat thing, and yeah, they seem to have a limited lifespan. There's this new box here. I think they really hit it good this time. I think they got a real solid piece of equipment here nowadays compared to what they used to have. And I would, honestly, you really can't go wrong with either one of these products at this point. I think if you want to be matchy-matchy, you get a Curt hitch, maybe you want to put that with your, on that with your vehicle as well. The little bits that come in the packages, both come with some zip ties. Curt has a little better ones, a little bit longer ones, I think. They work just as well. They both use adhesive to attach it to the backside of your vehicle. It goes on the backside here, or I prefer, if I can, I get a self-tapping screw separate from that comes from the kit, and I use that to attach it, especially on these vehicles. If we look at the Curt one, it has a nice flat surface. It's actually got a bigger surface area to attach to if you got something to do it with. And they use their surface mount technology, which is this piece of adhesive foam tape right here. Again, it's got zip ties. It comes with a fuse inside here, and basically it's ready to go. Next, we'll go ahead and crawl underneath the Hyundai here, and we'll take a look at and see how the Curt wiring harness looks like when it's in place in the vehicle. Underneath the vehicle here, on the driver's side, I got it all installed, and this is the port right here where it plugs into. You take off the cap, it comes off like that pretty easy, and this is your new plug, and it goes right back in. Where the cap went, push it until it clicks. And honestly, I just put my module right here. I use a self-tapping screw. Again, it doesn't come with the kit. I had one here. I just ran it straight in that plastic. Pretty easy, and it's sturdy. And you don't have to worry about going into metal either, and maybe a rust problem in the future. Then I just make sure you have wire harnesses up and out of the way. Zip tie all this when you're done, of course. Keep it from rattling. And then I just took my 4-pole harness and ran it to the center of a hitch. I also added some more lube material, which didn't come with it, just to make it pretty. And I zip tied in a couple places behind a bumper structure here where it meets the body. And then I actually put a loom clamp onto the bumper structure itself, which is a composite material. pretty easy again to drill into, and came straight down, and I got plenty left over up there if I want to pull this out and maybe put a socket style connector on here in the future. So this is the Curt product that's installed on here, and the Tekonsha version is going to install exactly the same way. So again, this is a really easy one to do. In fact, this is a very good fun project to do at home. Even the hitch on this vehicle, it's a good one to do at home. So I wouldn't worry about doing the wiring on this at all. And that'll finish it for our best wiring that's available for our Hyundai Santa Fe.